There's a lot of things that make Montana great, from the mountains and lakes to some of the finest towns in the West. But what really makes this place special is you. Our communities are full of people who are working hard to build good lives and remarkable things. At Opportunity Bank, our passion is helping folks do just that. Together, we can make a good thing even better. Opportunity Bank of Montana. Stop by and see us or visit us online. Member FDIC.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
All right,
Coach, I guess first just...
as Coulter said, the first January practice in Grizzly history.
Here we are. How do you feel and just kind of where you're at right now?
I think we've had good preparation so far. Obviously, we've got numerous days of practice left, and like is our way, we'll prepare right up until the game kicks off. But our guys have had good focus, and the attitude's been great.
How do you describe, as far as, are you still installing stuff, or is install all done and now you're just getting reps and working it all, or can you slowly add things in from now until game? How does that work?
Well, we'll continue to plan, which means we may add some things. We don't want to get too carried away. And coaches have a tendency to, the more time we have, the more we want to put into the plan, but we have to go execute. And so we'll keep adding stuff, but it's more about getting ready to execute the plan.
I think that the general thought might be when there's more time to prepare that the coaches have more of an impact on the game. Would you say that that's correct or no?
Hey, Riley. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I've done this a lot of times. We've got a lot of things pulling at us between recruiting and everything else. So I think it's really beneficial for our players to have the study time.
When it comes to just the matchup, have you looked more at South Dakota State's personnel, and if so, what stands out?
Well, I watched a lot of them. What stands out is they're a really good football team. I mean, they play hard, they're physical, they do things right. They don't have a bunch of holes, either schematically or personnel-wise. I mean, there's a reason why they've won 28 straight. So, that's kind of what I said to you a week ago, and my opinion hasn't changed.
Last week you mentioned one of the things that make their offense go is their dominant offensive line. So, what's it like trying to prepare your guys to go up against, maybe the strongest unit you've seen all year?
Yeah, you never really know exactly who everybody is until you play. You know more about them after you play. But we've, playing against North Dakota State was awfully good preparation because they were terrific up front on offense, and these guys are in that category. So, they're a handful, and we got to see if we can hold up.
Both teams returned their whole offensive lines from last year to this year. How much does that help just in terms of progress throughout a season and just having kind of stability there?
Well, continuity is good at every position. I think offensive line and the secondary maybe foremost in that category. But the other thing is staying healthy, and they seem to have been able to stay pretty healthy, which is critical.
Coach, I know a lot of people talk about coming up here and having to face weather. You guys going down there and facing maybe like a change in elevation, I guess. Does that affect the team? I guess, how does the elevation change once you go down to Texas?
Yeah, I don't know that going from whatever we are, 3,200 feet where we're standing to sea level affects much, and we'll be there for a few days. I don't think that'll have any effect. I don't know. It'd be great. We have more energy, but I don't think it's going to have much effect. Maybe I'll tell them that it's going to they'll feel great down there at sea level.
There you go. And I guess in addition to, the mindset going in, when you're I guess trying to keep your team focused, kind of what is the message for this team, especially with you guys traveling so soon? I guess what is that message for this team today?
Well, we stress focus every day, whether it's film study in February or spring ball or when they're out here by themselves in the summer. So, I tend to think that focus isn't our problem, and this is a fairly focused group. So I don't think focus will be an issue.
What do you think of the strengths of South Dakota State's run game?
Their run game?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get a bunch of redundancy here. They've got a good running back, and they got a good offensive line, and their receivers and tight ends block their tails off.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
The running back, though, he's very prolific. Do you think he's one of the best you guys have seen so far this year?
Yeah, I'd say. I've watched him for a few years. I thought he's terrific. Yeah, he's good.
What about how defensively, when you look at some of the numbers that the quarterbacks have had the last 4 games, you've been taking some guys that have been pretty efficient and made them not so efficient. Now you're going against the number 1 guy in that category. What do you think about just kind of that matchup and going against another good quarterback?
Well, he's good. And as you mentioned, we've played some pretty good quarterbacks in recent weeks. You got to go perform. We're hoping that our defense performs against their offense, and they're working hard to work the inverse of that. That's why you play the game. Their quarterback, he's a really terrific player. I don't know if he's first team All-American and all the All-American teams, but I know he is on some. And he's earned that. And I'll go back to I'll repeat what I said. You don't win 28 in a row without a pretty good quarterback.
And then I'm going to be talking to Eli today after practice. We've obviously seen what he can do. How would you describe him, though, like as a person? Yeah. Because a younger guy, so we haven't got to know him as well as maybe some of the seniors. Like, how would you describe him as a person, as a teammate?
He's a good player. First of all, he's also a good guy, very mature for someone his age. He's pretty well put together, so he's able to. A lot of times young running backs get banged up and can't keep it going through the year. He's done that. He's a good guy. He's a good guy to have on your football team.
Do a story on Missoula Big Sky and a couple of the guys you got on the squad. What sort of energy and sort of heart do Tyler Flink and Levi Janicaro bring to your defense?
Well, they've been here a long while, and they've earned their way into the lineup, which you always appreciate guys for having the fortitude to stick things out and see it through to the finish, and you always want those guys to have success. Certainly Ty and Levi are guys that everybody around here appreciates. One for who they are, and 2 for the kind of players they've become. They've really contributed, and they've done a great job.
Coach? Oh, sorry. One more. Are you Coach, do you sleep on the fly there, or are you up the whole time, kind of active?
I don't know. Depends if I'm tired or not.
Can I ask one non-South Dakota State?
Yeah.
I know you're probably so focused on the Jackrabbits right now. Sunday, Patrick O'Connell makes his NFL debut for the Seahawks. Like, what's that like as a coach to see a walk-on on your team play at the best, top level of football?
Well, I swapped a couple texts from Pat. Obviously, I was excited for him to be active. He had a chance to be active earlier in the year, and then they pulled the plug on it, I think, pregame. He's certainly not the first guy I've coached to play in the NFL. I've had a whole bunch of them over my coaching career, and I'm always excited for him because, there's a couple things that one, it's a good start on life financially for those guys when they can get that kind of paycheck. And it's also playing at the highest level of football, which a lot of these guys aspire to do. So, I'm excited for Pat. I know, in my communication with him over the weekend this morning, he's pretty excited too.
And to play Dylan, you played against Dylan Cook too on the other side of the field too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then Cookie's a good example of a guy sticking with it. And shows how valuable those big guys are.
You or a loved one been charged or accused of a crime? If so, the stress can leave anyone feeling helpless and alone. But you don't have to be alone. Hi, I'm Dave Maldonado, and I've successfully defended Montanans for over a decade in these situations. So if you're tired of being scared, let's get you prepared. To see how, visit BigSkyDefender.com today.
You are not alone. Visit BigSkyDefender.com to find out more on how you can fight back against local and federal criminal charges.
At At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes. Ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.